And now, please welcome the athletes to the field of play.
Well, here we go. It's the compound men's individual gold medal match at the Hyundai Archery World Cup Stage 1 in Antalya. Let's go down to meet the athletes.
On target number 1, representing Netherlands, first ranking in the world, Schloesser. On target number 2, representing France, world ranking 11, Adrien Gontier. The line judge for this match is David Catalan.
Well, it's a huge lineup here. In form archer Adrien Gontier from France picked up an individual bronze medal at the second stage of the Hyundai Archery World Cup last season in Lausanne. Team silver at the European Championships, but he goes up against someone who's won World Championships indoor, outdoor and in the field, and is a 3-time Hyundai Archery World Cup final champion. Most recently in 2021, and that's this man here, Schloesser. And it will be the Dutchman to get the gold medal match underway, and Mr. Perfect starts with a 10.
Big adjustment of the sight. Let's get himself back into that 10. Interesting, up in the 9 from Mike, just didn't look quite the normal kind of release we see.
Immediately corrected. There's that flamboyant release of the back arm that we saw in the semi-finals, but a 28 plays a 29. Okay, not what we expected from Schloesser, but Gontier has dropped one more point. Schloesser finds himself in the lead.
Yeah, it's unusual, isn't it, to see 2 9s dropped in the first end there, but Adrien's just got to reset himself and get back into this. You know, they've all gone left there, we can see them a little bit high maybe as well, but just settle down into this match and see what he can do.
There was that high 9 and the big adjustment you were talking about, Nicky. First arrow from Gontier going high. He corrected things for the second, but then shot us another 9. So he will shoot first in end number 2, trailing 28-29. Remember, the winner of this match books themselves a place in the Hyundai Archery World Cup final at the end of the season, as well as standing on top of the podium here in Antalya, which in itself is something very special. Well, spread of arrows here from Gontier is perhaps going to be the telling factor in this match. Starts with a 9, Schloesser. In the middle of the target with a 10, and aside from that very first arrow, the grouping is looking very good.
10 points next. Nine points.
Well, 28 from Gontier again. And it's a perfect 30 from Mike Schloesser. Opens up a 3-point lead. 28, not normally enough at this level against anyone, but when you're facing Mike Schloesser, the writing might be on the wall already.
Yeah, it's just too much to give away, isn't it? He's got to reset himself, just try and get back into the match, but yeah, shooting against Mike Schloesser, 4 points down, dropped. It's going to be a tough one. I think, you know, like that first arrow for Gontier, it went high, and then he made this big sight adjustment, and then the second end he went low. So, you know, was it just a bad shot, and then he adjusted his sight and then shot another good shot and it went low? You've really got to trust yourself. Was it a good shot? Shall I move my sight, yes or no? If it wasn't a good shot, leave it alone, just shoot a good shot again.
Well, Gontier trailing by 3 already. We're just into the third end here of this gold medal match. He's up against Mike Schloesser, but the Frenchman will shoot first. Just got to think about the centre of the target, hitting it time and time again, going through your process.
5 points.
Just outside, but it's by a very, very small margin. Ten points.
I think Mikey's in his groove now. He's just, there's no pressure for him, is there? And he's just sending them down with real confidence.
A perfect mix from Adrien Gontier.
Chance for another perfect. Held that one on for a long time, a little bit of a wobble, but a 29 is parity in the third end, so he's going to keep that 3-point lead, Mike Schloesser. Big shot. He's got 2 29s and 30. I feel a bit strange asking this question, Nicky, but he's in a little off form, isn't he, Mike Schloesser?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes what your opponent's doing can affect you in a way. Like if the standard's a little bit lower, sometimes it just drags you down a little bit, you know, because you haven't quite got the same amount of pressure. I mean, it can work either way, can't it? But hey, this is the first stage of the year, and it's so hard to recreate what it's like to stand on this stage and, you know, get in your spot for the finals. I mean, it's just such a big event. There's a lot of prize money at stake. There's a lot of pressure here. You know, even winning a stage here, standing on the top of a podium is worth 3 times what it is to you financially than being silver. You know, you want to be on top, so got to find his form.
Yeah, interesting point there. The biggest prize pot actually this year for the Hyundai Archery World Cup Series. So yes, these guys are all about performance. It makes a difference. Gontier trailing by 3. We'll start in number 4. Another 9 from him. And it's seemingly that this mountain is getting steeper and harder to climb. Schloesser back in the centre.
Nine points again.
It's interesting because there's nothing massively obvious that's going wrong, is there? It's so intricate. It must be balance or feelings. Just aren't the same each time, but there's nothing glaringly obvious which is sending these arrows all over the 9.
Ten points.
Well, if he was off form, it was only momentarily. That's another perfect from Mike Schloesser. And this lead, I would almost go on to say, is it's as close as it can be to unassailable. 5 points, massive difference with 3 arrows to go.
Yeah, not a lot you can do now. I think just use experience of where you are, do the best you can. You know, a little bit to go away and rebuild on perhaps, but still a fantastic achievement to get onto that podium.
Yeah, bags of points as well towards the Archery World Cup rankings. Could prove critical. So start of the fifth end, Adrien Gontier of France, trailing by 5, will shoot first. He's got to put the score out of his mind and just put down some big arrows. Hits the line for a 10.
Another one in that mix, just ripping that target face up in the middle.
Well, 29 to finish for a 1-4-2, and I think we're just 1 arrow away from celebrating with Mike Schloesser. 148 and another perfect score from him, and the title here in Antalya.